Who knows what evil lives in the heart of games? The shadow knows. Hi, I'm the Shadow Knows and I'm back with another Let's Compare video. Tonight I'm going to compare the game Warhawk on the Commodore C64, the Atari 8-bit home computers, the Amstrad CPC and the Atari ST. And I start with the Commodore 64. And I think it has music by Warhawk. Okay, I'm probably not supposed to hit those. And I like that there's a life meter, so you don't die right away if you crash into something. You just lose some energy. Yeah, so far not the greatest shoot 'em up on the Commodore C64 I've seen. Oh shit. And I have no clue if this was a budget game or full price. Oh shit! I don't think I will live much longer. Wow, but at least I made it through the first level. Ah, and I start with full energy again. That's nice. But also a bit unfair. And are there any power-ups in this game? Yeah, I'm really curious how the Atari 8-bit version will look like, because yeah, when this game was released, the 8-bit Ataris were pretty much already dead in most parts of Europe. Oh shit! This is probably much easier with an auto-fire joystick. Oh, I made it again. But I don't use something like that. Yeah, it's not the greatest shoot 'em up, but if it really was a budget game, then it was definitely okay. It's playable, everything is fluent. Doesn't look that impressive, not even for C64 standards. But at least you got fluent scrolling and fluent sprites at a decent speed. And that will be interesting on the Amstrad version. Oh shit. How fast and fluent that will work. And I fear the worst. Are there any power-ups? Shit. Okay, let's have a look at the Atari version. Okay, back with the Atari version. And this game is from '86, which is quite unusual, because yeah, the Atari was pretty much dead in '86, and wow. I mean, this game wasn't a beauty on the Commodore 64, but man, those sprites are ugly as hell. Don't mind the background graphics too much, but wow. I know that the Atari has a limited sprite engine, but wow. I mean, it's still playable. But wow, are the sprites ugly. Holy shit. And no music and sound simultaneously on the Atari as well. So you only get the music that is supposedly done by Rob Hubbard. Only during the title screen. But then again, in 1986, Atari owners didn't have the luxury of being too picky. And it definitely is playable, it just looks horrible. Oh, made it again. Yeah, but it feels quite different from the Commodore 64 version. Yeah, and strange enough, it was actually commercially viable to make Atari games, because it didn't have much competition. So if your game was halfway decent, you could probably sell quite a lot of copies to those people who had an Atari, because yeah, they didn't have much choice. But there really is a huge contrast between the quality of the background graphics, which is not the greatest, and the quality of the sprites, which honestly look like they were put out of an Atari 2600 games, and not one of the later ones. Yeah, there isn't much variety in this game, so yeah, I can think this gets quite boring quite fast. Yeah, this game was requested by someone, by the way, forgotten his name. And I usually don't do requests, but this was on my to-do list anyways. Oh shit. I probably won't make it this time. Yeah, there's not much skill involved in that part of the game. Yeah, onto the Amstrad. Okay, back with the Amstrad version. Oh, and it looks quite ugly. And what's really strange is that horizontal movement is much faster than vertical movement. Scrolling is okay. It does have the odd slowdown. Yeah, but besides this oddity in the movement is quite fluent. And there's quite a lot going on the screen, so... And you have much more screen real estate, since everything is much smaller. Especially the Atari version felt quite claustrophobic. Yeah, it's definitely not the worst shooter on the Amstrad machines that I've seen so far. Yeah, the only really bad thing is the oddity in movement. Which in my opinion makes it quite hard to judge those tiny bullets, so it's hard to dodge them, I think. Holy shit! That wasn't too hard. Oh, but I was almost out of energy. Oh shit. Probably won't make it to the end in this level. Oh, sky! Ooh. Yeah, this is definitely better than the Atari version. Overall, it looks better. And you have much more space, and yeah, you don't have sprites out of an Atari 2600 game. Yeah, this is a pleasant surprise. No, I probably won't make it to the end in this level. Yeah, but once you get used to the control oddity, this is quite a playable version of this game. So yeah, finally onto the Atari ST version. Okay, back with the ST version. And let's see how that looks and plays. Okay, it's quite slow. And this time, it moves faster vertically than horizontally. Great! Don't Ask me why. Oops. Yeah, it probably looks the best, but yeah. If it was also from 1986, it's probably okay-ish for the ST. Yeah, the faster vertical speed makes it at least easier to dodge those annoying bullets. Sound and music are, I would say, also okay. Don't mind the graphics. Looks quite okay for an early ST game. Scrolling is quite smooth, which is also nice. But overall the game is quite monotonous. But that applies to all versions. Yeah, but it's definitely playable. So they haven't screwed up too much. And it has a proper end boss. Sort of. Holy shit. Yeah, not the most intelligent and original end boss. Yeah, I can't complain about the graphics. Also doesn't slow down too much. Music is also actually not bad. Not 100% sure if it's the same music as on the Amstrad. It's not terrible. Definitely not an all-time classic. But an okay game for the time it was released. And that applies to the ST version and the Amstrad version. I don't really like the Commodore 64 and the 8-bit Atari version that much, especially the 8-bit Atari version has horrible sprites. But I think the Amstrad and the ST versions are quite okay. I'm pretty sure there are better shoot-em-ups on both systems. I know for sure that there are better shoot-em-ups on the ST. I can't think of a space shooter on the Amstrad right now, so yeah, this is probably one of the best shooters on the space shooters on the Amstrad. I quite liked Commando on the Amstrad, which I thought was quite a good port. Okay, I think the cannon sounds different, so I think this was a power-up. Not 100% sure about that. Could be some strange coincidence. Oh shit. Is this another end boss? Yes, it is another end boss. Yeah. Did they really run out of ideas, or did they run out of time and the publisher rushed them to finish it? But because this end boss is just stupid. Come on. Yeah, but it's still a playable game. And really very little slowdowns. So I wish they have had more time to make a good game out of this engine. I really think it's just that the publishers rushed them to finish this. Or probably they should have made an independent game from the 8-bit ones. Because the game engine is actually quite good, but the game isn't really that great. And I'm just talking about the ST version right now. But this game engine is actually quite good for a much better shooter. Here you can actually shoot those annoying bullets here. And this is another... Oh, they changed the movement of the end boss? No, they didn't. I was too optimistic. So you have to only develop one tactic to beat the end boss. Because it's always the same. Yeah. And I think I showed you enough of this game. It's really not terrible on the Atari. Let's just die. And let's see if there is a copyright. So let's see how easy it is to die. It's actually quite hard. At least it's quite hard to die from normal enemies. Yeah, a lot easier to die from comets. A lot easier. So let's see if there is a copyright note. No, there isn't. Okay, that was Warhawk. I hope you enjoyed this video and thanks for watching. Oh, there is it. 1988. So yeah, not that early on the Atari ST.